Hello, I'm pleased to be with you again for Jane's Tips. You French, who have been speaking French since you were born, are very lucky sometimes. Not all the time, of course, but it is sometimes easier to speak French than English. It's not always true, I agree with you. I know what it is to learn your language. But for instance, there is a grammar rule which says that, in French, when two verbs follow one after the other, the second is always in the infinitive, unless the first is a verb d'état. How easy. I wish it were that easy in English. Unfortunately, it's not. The second verb is sometimes in the infinitive, but not always. That's what we're going to look at today. The aim of this lesson is to show you that when two verbs follow one after the other, the second is not always in the infinitive. Donc, contrairement au français, quand deux verbes se suivent, le second n'est pas toujours à l'infinitif. C'est ce que nous allons démontrer dans cette leçon. Look, you mustn't forget to go skiing with your friends on Saturday. Tu ne dois pas oublier d'aller skier avec tes amis samedi. In this example, where I deliberately chose to use three verbs after the modal must, there is one verb in the infinitive without to, un verbe à l'infinitif sans to, another in the infinitive, un autre à l'infinitif, and the last one in ing, un dernier en ing. So you see, it's not as simple as in French. In French, three verbs in the infinitive follow tu dois. Not in English. Juste un petit rappel. Les verbes modaux sont toujours employés avec un verbe infinitif qui nuance. Ici, le modal must vient nuancer le verbe forget, sans to. Maybe you think that you can choose which form of the verb to use yourself. No, 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 you can't do that. You have to respect some rules. And I can't tell you which form of the second verb to write because it depends on the first one. And there are so many verbs that we can't study all the examples. But we are going to look at the most important ones, those that you will have to use often. Ready? Well, to begin with, let's look at when the second verb is in the infinitive without to. Regardons le cas où le verbe est à l'infinitif sans to. After the modals, the second verb is always in the infinitive without to. Après l'emploi d'un modal, le second verbe est à l'infinitif sans to. I can't speak Chinese. Je ne sais pas parler le chinois. After an auxiliary, be and have accepted, après un auxiliaire, be et have accepté, le second verbe est toujours à l'infinitif sans to. He should do more exercise. Il devrait faire plus de sport. And it's the same thing with the verbs let and make. Il se passe la même chose pour les verbes let et make. They made me wait so long. Ils m'ont fait attendre si longtemps. He let us go swimming in the lake. Il nous a autorisés à nous baigner dans le lac. Attention! Please note that if the sentence is in the passive form, the verb which comes after make is in the infinitive with to. Eh oui, si la phrase est à la forme passive, rappelle-toi que dans la forme passive, le sujet de la phrase subit l'action, le verbe qui vient après make or let est à l'infinitif avec to. Look, we were made to learn our lessons by the teacher. Le professeur nous a obligés à apprendre nos leçons. Well, what can I ask you to see if you've understood everything so far? Let's see now when the second verb is in the infinitive with to. Dans quel cas le second verbe est à l'infinitif avec to, vas-tu me demander? This happens after like, love, enjoy, hate, in the conditional, des verbes qui expriment un sentiment. We would like to invite some friends for the weekend. Nous aimerions inviter des amis pour le week-end. And after want, need, tell, ask, forget, advise, warn, force, order, persuade. Des verbes qui expriment une décision. She asked me to wait here. Elle m'a demandé d'attendre ici. I said a few minutes ago that the verb following like was in the infinitive, but only if like is in the conditional. If not, it's different. So let's take a look now at the third category, when the second verb is in ing, quand le second verbe est en ing. This happens after all the verbs which mean to like or not like doing something. Après les verbes qui signifient aimer ou pas aimer faire quelque chose. Enjoy, love, mind, dislike, hate, can't bear, can't stand. She loves travelling. Elle adore voyager. We hate waiting. Nous détestons attendre. Attention, note that you can say like to when you think it is important to do something. I like to do the washing up after lunch. J'aime faire la vaisselle après le déjeuner. Here, you don't like washing up. Who does? But you do think it is important to do the washing up after lunch. We also use ing after verbs which mean to start, continue or finish. Après les verbes qui signifient commencer, continuer ou finir. Begin, keep on, carry on, give up, stop. He gave up smoking at the age of 40. Il a arrêté de fumer à l'âge de 40 ans. Attention, if one of these verbs is in ing, then the second verb is in the infinitive. It's starting to snow. Il commence à neiger. And finally, we use ing after the verb go when you talk about activities. Après le verbe go quand tu parles d'activité. They went hiking in the Alps. Ils sont allés faire une randonnée dans les Alpes. Now maybe you're wondering which verbs can be followed by either ing or to. Some verbs, like regret or remember, will be followed by a verb plus ing when they refer to a past action. Look, we remember posting the letter this morning. Nous nous rappelons avoir posté la lettre ce matin. He regrets shouting at you yesterday. Il regrette de s'être énervé après vous hier. Si les verbes de la phrase font référence à une action passée, alors le deuxième verbe se termine en ing. If they refer to a future action, then the second verb will be the infinitive plus to. Remind me to post this letter when we go into town. Rappelle-moi de poster cette lettre lorsque nous irons en ville. I regret to inform you that we won't be able to attend the meeting tomorrow. J'ai le regret de vous informer que nous ne pourrons assister à la réunion demain. Other verbs can also be followed by either ing or to. I'm thinking of try, need and help. Try is followed by a verb in ing when it means to test or make an experiment. The TV picture wasn't good at all, so I tried moving the aerial. L'image n'était pas bonne du tout, donc j'ai essayé de bouger l'antenne. But when try means make an effort, it's different. I tried to move your bags, but they were too heavy. J'ai essayé de déplacer tes sacs, mais ils étaient trop lourds. Do you see the difference? For need, it is a bit different. You should take a look at the subject of the verb. If it is active, then need is followed by to. I'm tired. I need to take a few days off. Je suis fatiguée. J'ai besoin de prendre quelques jours de congé. If the subject is passive, then need is followed by ing. The lawn needs cutting. La pelouse a besoin d'être tendue. Help can be followed by an infinitive with or without to, but can't help is always followed by ing. Can you help me repair my bike? But you can also say, can you help me to repair my bike? Peux-tu m'aider à réparer mon vélo? They can't help laughing at him when they see him. Ils ne peuvent s'empêcher de rire dès qu'ils le voient. Now I'd like to say a few words about the verb see. This verb can be followed by an infinitive without to if you can see the complete action, but by ing when you can only see part of it. I saw him fall off his bike. Je l'ai vu tomber de son vélo. I saw him waiting for the bus. Je l'ai vu en train d'attendre le bus. Well, I think we've seen enough for today, but I want to make sure that everything is clear. That's the reason why I'm going to ask you one last question. And don't forget this important rule. When two verbs follow one after the other, the second is not necessarily in the infinitive. To keep, cleaning, and to do were the right answers. Well done. Bye for now and see you next time on Jane's Tips.